Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man. Yeah, I did it because the Bumper Grill record that came before I Look Good, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it was an underground record.
Yeah, that was
as well as
underground.
Tank I Deserve.
Yeah.
So all of those is just like I say. I mean, when you hear the original, like at a certain point when that did come out, you heard that's a full song, but I only did a few little bars, but it's memorable because it's just how you feeling. Like you like the vibe. I'm thankful that people enjoy that. And like when they hear "Tank I Deserve" while it's playing, you singing my verse. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing and respect.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Talk about the I Look Good record, man, because you got the whole thing of how that record even came along, how you got the beat, you know what I'm saying, all that, man.
My partner, who was the engineer at the time, Jamarcus Branch. What up, bro? Much love you, man. And he found the record from a producer by the name of Jay Bray out in Virginia. He brought it to me, and I've chopped it up with Jay Bray. I told him the first time, I say, man, that song almost didn't make the cut, like because originally there was a whole lot of sound in it. And I was like, but as I was listening to the beats and breakthrough, it got to a point I heard a breakdown. I say, I like that. This, we can do something with this song. This is, normally you hear something and be like, blah blah. But then in the idea was like, no, we can do something with this. And then once we get it done, if it is worthy of going to the radio and things like that, then we'll get all this straightened out and the sounds tuned in and out with the mix and the master. So me and J Mark cut pieces together, and then it was just sitting down, just saying a few things, and I yelled out, "I look good." He was like, "Yeah." So I started working on creating the "I Look Good." I got the verses, I laid them, didn't like the order, revamped the order. He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I'm gonna hate it." He's like, "What? Man, this shit damn. Chalie, you crazy." "Yeah, J Mark, I'm gonna hate it." "Why?" "Because we got us one, man. It's gonna hit the radio." And it was so weird that when I felt that, and I still was like, man, yeah, I'm really gonna hate it. I'm gonna love performing it, but I'm gonna hate it because everywhere you go, it's gonna be on the radio. Like we got one of them. I can't stand this fucking song. But then you get out the car, oh my, yeah, you can't. It's infectious. And like at the same time, which was crazy, everything was going this speed, boom, 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 boom. I think I forgot how fast the BPM was. Excuse me. I forgot how fast the BPM was going for the radio because everything needed to be a certain speed because the DJs were mixing and blending other songs in during the mix show. So it blended in well with Ice Cream Paint Job. And at the time it started rocking. The Road was doing his thing, and then we would tell all the Dallas DJs to blend it in with that. And once they started, like it started gravitating, and they would other DJs in H-Town were catching on and doing it. And Austin and Dallas were the first major radio stations that showed love and started putting the song in rotation. Shout out J Boss, a Go DJ. I played it for him. Boss been my partner since he was going to school at Sam and on tight and everything. I said, man, what you think? He said, man, this motherfucker jam. I'm finna send it to I'm finna go holler at s.u.c. I'm finna go holler at blah blah. And I'm cool with them guys, and I still got respect for them guys. But we was like, okay, this gonna work. And I say, what's up, boss? What'd he say? Yeah, he say he ain't rocking with it. I said, what? Like, You know, it wasn't like it was no downfall, but it was one of those, what, for real? He like, yeah, he said he ain't feeling it. I'm like, oh, okay. And so when it started hitting the radio station in Dallas and blah blah, he called him and Hasi say, yeah, it's my fault. I dropped the ball, which ain't a bad thing, but still, cause like it's
Everybody don't always get
everybody
it.
don't always get it, and everything ain't always for everybody, and they still show love, they still play the record, but it's kind of like your team, boss, you my team, and your team is that team. So the first thing I'm ever gonna do is come to my teams, because whether y'all like this or not, A teams, we rocking with this, and if everybody in the teams don't see the vision, one of us at the base of this has seen the vision and also seen other visions outside of our teams and know that something is going to work with this. We don't know how big or how great this going to happen, but we going to push this, and it's about to be something. So we want y'all to know, because y'all are home team, y'all first base. This is where it's going to go. Boss is my team. Hasi is their team, and it was just like, man, we just not rocking with it. I was like, was you so, man, because we want everybody a part of this, that's been a part of this, to be a part of this and know where it started and blah blah. So it kind of was like one of those smirk, what's called as the definition DJs out of Dallas, really got on it and started pumping the hell out of it, and then H-Time was late on. Was after. So it's kind of either you first or you last type thing. Mm-hmm. And if you last, then it's like we behind. That's how radio run and everything. And it was like, dang, I can't believe we was behind. And boss was like, you wasn't behind, nigga. You wasn't behind, I told you first. So it was a funny comical thing when we see each other. We're like, yeah, I know how I see. I love you too, man. I still love you, man. But yeah, one of those, I know I should have done it. And it was cool, and it still did everything it was supposed to do, and should have did more. But the label that signed the single, back to the beginning. At the time, everything was going a certain speed, and then Soulja Boy drops, "This Is My Swag."
Pretty much, yeah.
So, Ice Cream Paint Job, it wasn't as fast as the other songs going on the radio at the time, but it now has a lane to slip in, because there's a slope between This Is My Swag, which is going so slow.
Turn My Swag on.
No. This Is My Swag. Yeah, Pretty Boy Swag. This is my swag. Yeah. It went from everything going fast
to all the way down.
To when him dropping that, it was like, shit, everybody got a lane to go with this, because if it would have flopped and not did nothing, then it's back to the same scenario with the same speed music. Because they are not coming off the gas with saying, if it's not this speed, then it ain't gonna work. But it popped and it did so well, that was like, shit, we got everything in between now. So you don't have to exactly be this speed, but now we got a new speed and where other songs can start blending in with this, and then you can go back to the most popular speeds that were going, that the majors were doing and everything. And so it just ran into play with that. And as far as that question, if you got another one, that was the answer to that question.
Donnie Houston.